One night in a town I can't remember, somebody exchanged the shirt for a real shirt. And when he went to tear it off his body, he couldn't tear it. So he was in the ring ripping on it, and he couldn't get it off.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Sportskeeda Scouting Reports. I'm your host, Bill Apter. And once again, I am honored to have a dear friend who I've known since early. What year did you start off, Jake?
70s.
So from the 70s, back in Bill Watts territory, way back.
Yeah.
Way back when. Jake Roberts, thank you so much for doing these scouting reports. We're getting a great reaction. The fans absolutely love this. So you know what we're going to do today, the person we're going to talk about. Can I ask you a question?
What's that?
What you going to do, brother, when all the maniacs Jake Roberts runs all over you?
I wish he had ran all over me.
Why do you say that?
Well, because we only wrestled twice.
That's it. And oh my God, you talk about real money in the bank. My God, why only 2 times?
Because the fans were chanting DDT, DDT. And Vince didn't want the crowd split.
So was it like hey, we can't do this because
the
crowd is kind of making you the baby face?
It was 50-50, man.
Wow. So the 2 matches that you did have, were they in smaller arenas or were they in...
One was in Montreal, the Forum, and the other one was in Rhode Island.
So
Providence.
Let's get in the ring with Hulk Hogan. What was it like?
Oh, it was simple, man. Just be where the Hulkster needs you. That was basically it. His strength, of course, was his knowledge in the ring was big. He knew what to do as the Hulkster.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't have to go out and do a whole lot. Didn't need to.
Right.
But what he did was solid, and the people loved him, man.
Did you ever have a hard time doing something with him that you weren't sure that you wanted to do, or this is it? It's Hulk Hogan, and we put him over.
Everything was clean and crisp.
Right. Well, back in those days, go ahead. I'm sorry.
There were no misses. There were no miscues. Nothing.
Back in those days, before we discuss his strengths and weaknesses, a lot of people were jealous of that. He was the star attraction of the company.
Was no use.
Yeah. Did you see some of the people that were wrestling back in those days, kind of like, well, I could do that, kind of jealous of the push he got?
Yeah, there were a lot of them, man. There were a lot of people that were jealous, and there was such a large gap in between Hulkster money and anybody else money.
Sure.
It was really, really wide. We're not talking thousands of dollars. We're talking millions of dollars.
Yeah.
So it caused a lot of jealousy.
Oh, I'm sure, because everybody wanted that top spot and everybody wanted that kind of money. So again, back in the ring now with Hulk Hogan, strengths, weaknesses.
Strength was his ability to play with the crowd.
Oh, yeah.
To play with the crowd all night long, man. And they loved him. His weakness, well, I'd have to go back to mobility.
Okay.
He wasn't real mobile in the ring. He didn't have to be. He didn't do a lot of up and down.
Yeah, we never saw the Hulk Hogan that wrestled Inoki and some other people in Japan, where he proved that he could be a professional technical wrestler if he had to be.
Right. We never seen that guy that got up and down and bumped and fed people. We never seen him. But in Japan,
Go ahead.
that's it.
Oh, all right. Do you have a favorite Hogan story?
Well, you know how he used to go out and rip the shirt?
Of course.
Well, those shirts were gimmicked. They weren't 100% cotton, let's just say.
Okay.
Well, one night in a town I can't remember, somebody exchanged the shirt for a real shirt. And when he went to tear it off his body, he couldn't tear it. So he was in the ring ripping on it, and he couldn't get it off.